granddaughter, so I got to get a shower and get ready for that too. So we're gonna play 3 games and be in here and out of here. So let's quickly review top 25 polls. We finally are ranked. Well, we were ranked last game, not last stream. Last stream we weren't ranked, so now we're up to number 12 after we beat the number 1 UCF Knights, and then we beat Ohio State. So Oklahoma is number 1, Texas Tech, our old school, is 2, and you'll see UCF is all the way down here at the bottom. They're 2 and 3. We kind of jacked them up when we beat them. And we beat them 45-30. Then they lost to Tulane in overtime in Memphis. They started 0-3. So they're going to start falling apart without us. But as you can see, Texas Tech has continued to be a juggernaut in the Big 12. So anyway, so recruiting-wise, we'll take a quick peek at this, and then we're going to go play. We're not going to dick around a lot today. We're going to play our games and get out of here. I still don't feel 100%. So we're just going to play and get these games in. As you can see, the number 1 quarterback in the country we're going to get pretty easily. And we're trying to get this guy. We have a visit. Auburn just passed us. So, in fact, let me get these 50 points off of him. We'll put it back on here. We're doing really good shape. We do have some commits already down here. You can see we got a wide receiver, a corner, and a strong safety. We found these 2 extra corners that nobody wants. So, what's up, Daniel? Welcome in, man. I know it's been one of those weeks. I've been sick, and today is the first day I've kind of felt like streaming at all. So, anyway, here we'll do the schedule page, and then we'll get playing. So this is what has happened so far. We knocked off number 1 UCF 45-30. We beat Iowa State in the Cyhawk Bowl. Handled Rutgers, handled Ohio State. So we're going to Maryland, going to Illinois, and then we have like 8 people visiting the Northwestern game. So that's going to be a huge game. That's all we're going to do. We're not playing 4 games. We're going to play 3 games today, and we're out of here. It's going to be a quick one. I'm not 100%, so I don't want to push it. I would stay tuned for this weekend, because I'm sure at some point this weekend I will stream again. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow day. I can almost guarantee Sunday night. We have a NWO meeting at like 4, right? So it'll be after dinner. We'll come back and play some more games for Iowa Sunday night. So let's get in here and play Maryland. Get this rolling. Quit talking and start playing. Pretty even matchup here. These guys have some pretty gaudy uniforms. Actually, I want to wear them in red. See what that looks like. Yeah. Go with that with black gloves. Yeah, there we go. Gonna be ugly. Let's be all the way ugly, right? And we're gonna go ahead and just do their base ones for a change. And we'll just roll with this. What's up, Cincy? How you doing, man? Here, let's get my shout-outs out of the way. You guys aren't, there's not a whole lot of people in here, but we'll get my shout-outs here. Oh, my chat bot's not on. Give me 1 second. My Botfather account is in here, but chatbot's not loaded, so it's not going to do the shoutouts. Give me 1 second. Are you? Man, that's a grind. Regular Mike Trout? Or has he got a special card? Yeah, let me do Daniels again. I know Spectre was in here too, so he was. Yep, not in there, not showing up. All right. Any injuries? Yeah, we have a free safety out 7 weeks. They got a right tackle that's injured, so hey, at least there's no rain. Did you guys like that snow game that I had against FG last night? That was kind of fun, different. We don't get a lot of snow games in that league, so that was fun. All right, win this game, we get a good chance to jump into the top 10 here. I would think if we win all 3 of these games, we're going to be in the top 5. Short kickoff. All right, let's see what we can do with this. Get out there. Oh, he's got wiggle. This guy's going to be our starting halfback next year, I believe. Let's go a little conservative to start. I know I'm pretty aggressive, especially in the NWO. I like to throw a ton, but I'm kind of feeling the need to run the ball a little today. Getting to that time of the year with Christmas being in next weekend, right? Yeah, next Saturday. So we're going to run into trouble with streaming times and such. So, and I'm going to be starting my referee schedule here soon. And that's going to take away my ability to stream on weekends at all. But that's okay. That's money. Need the money. I've missed out on my entire fall season, so I'm kind of itching to get back out there and listen to people bitch and moan about what a throw is that? He just threw it straight up the field. Have not missed that at all. The bitching and moaning. I'm sure I'm going to be pretty rusty. So, hopefully I can start with some lower level age groups, work my way up again. I really don't want to start with 18-year-olds. They're way more fun than the 11 and 12-year-olds because you're actually playing volleyball and doing less babysitting, but it would be nice to have a less stressful start here. Nice block pickup. Ooh, and he got blasted. So I tried to start my stream at like 9:30 this morning. I was going to get a head start. And for whatever reason, my microphone was really low volume and kind of tinny. It didn't have its normal sound. And it took me... I had to reboot to Windows 7, go back to Windows 10. I've been running test recordings off and on all morning. And then I end up leaving the house with my daughter, who's home from school, to go do some shopping, and I come back and it's working fine. So I don't understand what the deal is with Streamlabs. It works perfect, and then you don't stream for a week, and then nothing fucking works. Literally didn't change anything. He's not down. There you go. Yeah, let's just power it in with him. He's earned it. 2 10-yard runs. Yeah. I need to figure something new, but then it's all time consuming because then you got to do all your screens again and you got to do all your settings, and so I don't just have the patience to do that right now. It literally hadn't been loaded up and run for a week, and I always, before I start streaming, I'll go in there and I'll hit there's a thing on Streamlabs that says test widgets, or you can hit record and just record some your microphone, your camera, and whatever your desktop is. So you can test it. So you can test out your widgets, make sure all your notifications are firing and all that good stuff. I do that before I stream just to make sure my mic level's correct. And it was garbage. Nebraska lost to Penn State, Daniel. And no matter what I tried, it wouldn't fix it. I would uninstall my filters and put them back in, and it was stupid. Reboot 3 times. And all it took was for me to leave the house. All right. Let's see if we can play better defense than we did last night. Which reminds me, I don't have my defensive play calls up. There we go. Still didn't set my preferences. They're still set all in balance. There's that out. The deep out. Yeah, I don't want to see this replay. There we go. Go down. Damn. That's the worst part of this game, is the lack of tackling. You hit people and they just don't go down. Drives you insane. We have a nice cold rainy day here today. It was 71 degrees the other day, and now it's like in the 40s, and it's one of those cold, chilly rains. Not a fun day. Come on with the fucking broken tackles. Goddamn ridiculous. Ethernet, hey, thank you for the biddies. Appreciate that, man. Welcome in, welcome in. Just in time to see me give up a touchdown on a broken tackle. How you doing, man? How's the recruiting coming? I know you joined my Discord to get all that recruiting information off there, so welcome in, man. Hey, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, I've been out all week sick, so it's my first chance to stream. And as I was saying, I was having microphone issues, man. It's driving me insane. Get out there, get out there, get out there. Up the field. There we go. Stay on your feet. Nice. Hey, not a problem. That's what it's there for. Everybody can learn. Way more fun to play when you have better players. The amount of cheese that's built into this game, you need every advantage you can get. And that was not a good choice to call that run. Let's try this one. I like that play. That's a new play that I just incorporated in my playbook because you got a lot of guys going different. You got this out. You got the slant with the tight end. You got the Texas route with the halfback. You got a couple of guys going deep. It's really hard for the defense to know where you're going to go. Well, you're going to blitz me, huh? He blitzed his safety and was playing zone. How smart was that? He He played zone. Looked like cover one, and he blitzed the safety. On a dude going on a streak. That's not smart. Oh, man. Yeah, Ethernet, the funny thing is I learn stuff about recruiting myself every year. No matter how much I've done, I'll find something out new. It took me, I don't know how long to figure out how to spot the 73% guys in like week 1 and week 2. It's amazing. Right, this is really not the play I want to run. Let's do this. Ah! He was supposed to go there. I don't know why he stopped there, but he was supposed to go to that corner. All right. We'll take our points. That guy didn't run his route, though. All right. Wow, what a high-scoring game that was. Yeah, speaking of Discord, I put a link. I since deleted it, but I put a link. Some dude was on Discord, and he was complaining about defense being too easy. Like he's not giving up any points. And he was playing on varsity. And somebody's like, put it up to All-American or Heisman. He's like, no, I'm getting killed on All-American. Why would I put it on Heisman? And I'm like, he wanted sliders. He wanted sliders for varsity level. And I'm like, no, there's no sliders for varsity. Go play All-American. Quit whining and go play All-American. And then he got all pissed off because I told him to quit whining. And I'm like, you're not going to find any varsity sliders in here because we're all playing All-American and Heisman. So, you know, challenge yourself. Quit being a baby and oh shit. And push it up. And so it took him a day, and he finally came back and said, okay, I took your advice, and I'm still getting my ass kicked, but I moved it up to All-American. I was like, well, you're going to get better than, you know, you'll get better faster than you think. But you gotta get over that not pushing the level up, because like I'd score 100 points a game. I'd play 100 points every game playing on varsity. I was putting up over 100 points a game on All-American. Yeah, it's the same thing. I never played Heisman until I started streaming. Everybody was on Heisman, so I'm like, all right, I've got to play Heisman if I want to stream. So let's do this. And then I ended up on harder sliders, and that was fun for a while. And now I'm more back to default Heisman because I'm tired of the 900 broken tackles by the CPU, and then me being stuck in the mud and I can't run. So I basically have QB accuracy at 10 for both teams because they're way too accurate otherwise for both of us. And I've got interceptions at 35. Everything else I just put at 50, and I'm just going to have fun. And I still bitch too much playing at these settings. But yeah, sliders aren't. I would love to do a stream where that's a touchdown. I'd love to do a stream where I just put on All-American and then use hard sliders, just so we remove the psychic defenders and all that shit that's built into Heisman. Yeah, that Ethernet, everybody has that. Tackling is broken. It takes 4 guys to tackle anybody, and you go down if they breathe on you wrong. And neither you or the CPU can cover those out routes. I mean, there are defenses and things you can do. You can put individual players on a purple cover route, but then they'll throw it to the other side. So This game was created for offense, and they didn't want to make it so easy to play defense and nobody scores, because then they figure you're not going to have a good time. Oh, come on, don't run into your own guy. So it's a way harder to play defense. So that's been my attitude in the user head-to-head online is I'm just going to try to outscore you, because I obviously can't stop you on defense. So we're just going to try and score more points than you. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Go in motion, thank you. Wanted to open that pass right there. Get that guy out of his zone. Hit that deep middle of the post. Here, guys, I'm going to show you a play. If you have third down in like 10, 13, 15, I've used this in my last 2 streams to hit big, crucial. This RNS dig switch triangle. All you're doing is looking circle and square. Square is going to go inside the beat press, and then he's going to do a post. Circle's going to do the same thing, and you can see his route over the middle. And I just throw it right now before he breaks, and then user catch it. 17 yards. And he was playing man. Watch this. He comes down. I throw it right there before he makes his cut, and he throws it to the inside. He's got the angle on a DB. He's got the first down yardage. Looks just like this same formation here. I was trying to go outside him, and I missed him. By the way, RNS means run and shoot. So you know what that designation means. God damn it. I misread that. That's a shame. All right. Haven't called this play yet today. This is another great play. I found this in Oregon's playbook. Yeah, and they're going to play cover 4, so he should be able to make this. Oh, fuck, he got stuck on the defensive lineman. Yeah, we're going to go for this. I'm not kicking another field goal. Oh, he threw it out of the end zone. God damn it. I couldn't bullet past that. If I throw a bullet past, the DB picks that off. Damn. Would have been better off if he had picked it off. I needed just a half a second more. Oh, come on. Nobody wants to tackle this guy? Come on. All right. We got to change defense here. There we go. Pick it. There we go. Yes, 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 yes. All right, let's be a little more conservative here and not try to throw the ball all over the field here, get the lead. Be nice to get a touchdown, get another stop, get another score before half because they get the ball to start the second half. Need to get on that ride where we're a touchdown ahead. Every time we get the ball, we're still one score ahead instead of having to flip the scoreboard every time. Man, if he had more speed, that was going to be... He'd get to that hole so much faster. Williamson was running that ball. He'd have been up the field. That would have been a first down. All right, let's see if our offensive linemen are fast enough to get out here. Does not look like it. So let's call a different play. They had that play sniffed out. And I was stuck in the mud while their guys were already in the backfield on the snap. I want to know why that happens. How do they know what play I'm calling? They're already in the backfield when I'm handing the ball off. And I have no acceleration whatsoever. This game drives me insane. How did he miss that? EA, this is not a fun way to start, man. Quit trolling me. No, we're not going for this. X and square. It's really easy. If they play that far off me, square should be open every time. And X on that out route is usually open too. Especially if they play zone. This run blitz. Amazing. All right. Let's do some cheese of our own. This is a designed rollout. This QB's got like 80-something speed. And they blitzed off the edge. Isn't that amazing? I haven't done that all day. What is with the defense today? What is with the defense? This is amazing. All right. At this rate, we're going to chew clock. I don't want to give him the ball back. Tackle me. Thank you. Don't want to score too fast. I want to chew the rest of this time off. Give him as little time as possible. Well, it would be helpful if my offensive line would do their job here instead of dicking around. How? How? Wow, fucking Superman. Isn't that amazing? I'm shocked. It's a shocking development, Cotton. Wow. Wow. All right, we're gonna have to play better on offense. We are definitely not moving the ball the way we normally do today. This is a little bit disheartening here. Let me get my shout out here for Ether. Check out my Ethernet streaming NCAA as well. Man, that was distressing. I can't believe he made that play. I'm still dazed on that one. All right, we're going to stay in this formation. There we go. Man, instead of batting that down, pick that off. So we have Illinois after this game. And then Northwestern. Northwestern's a home game. And we got like 8 people visiting that game. So it's going to be a crucial game. There's that out route that everybody loves to throw and the computer loves to throw. Those magenta routes, those purple routes are the only thing you can do on those out routes. Oh, he caught it. How did he catch that? My DB had the angle. I thought he was going to pick that off. Wow. You're killing me. Killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Wow. Guys, just stand there and let him catch the ball. All right, we got our work to do. Oh, just let him score. Otherwise, they're going to run another play. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 1. Whatever referee said that was a touchdown should be fired. There's nothing in his body was in the end zone. Doesn't matter. They're going to run the ball in. Yeah, they just got to run another play. You knew he was going to score, so what's the point? All right, we got to score twice. Need a turnover. Stop, something. Kick return would be good. This guy's already got at least one. He had like an 84-yard punt return for a TD. Oh, Jesus, I got too close to the line. Okay, not great. Able to stream, but still feeling it. Thanks for asking, though, man. Welcome in, Rocky Top. I was going to stream much earlier this morning, but my microphone was all jacked up in Streamlabs, and I couldn't figure it out, and I literally had to reboot 3 different times and leave the house before anything would actually work the right way. Fuck. All that for no gain. Yeah, and I still couldn't figure out what it was. I mean, I rebooted to Windows 10, I booted to Windows 7, back to 10. It was like, there was no volume. It was really tinny, and there's no bass to it. My filters weren't working. I don't know. So I left the house, did some shopping with my daughter, and came back home, and everything's working fine. Don't know. I was going to call it Gremlins. I still have Chew Clock on. That's why it's doing this shit to me. Let's fix that. I don't need to chew the clock here. I need to conserve time. I was able to play FG last night, so I got that game in. So that was good. I didn't want to have to reschedule that one, so that was the last game of the season for a regular season for all of us. So that was the last thing I wanted to do was move that to tonight. I got a dance recital to go to for my granddaughter. Let's go. Yeah, I saw you cheating on that 3-3-5. They were all packed in tight, and then they wanted to force me to go to the right and gang tackle me, and we threw him a curveball. Let's go. Now they're all spread out. Just run them over. I'm going to run this in for a touchdown right now. Come on. Here we go. 5 blocking 4. There we go. All right. I wish I could play defense as well as I can play offense. That's all I need. I wish I could do that. I know how to fix it, but it's going to be boring as shit. Basically, you just start a Dynasty as a defensive coordinator and just play nothing but defense. And never get a head coach job. Just stay a DC and do nothing but play defense. 4 wide receivers, huh? And of course, I got my purple route on the wrong side. All right. We need this stop right here. Need a sack. Need a sack. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Oh, come on. This game is so maddening. Nobody wants to go down. Can't tackle anybody. This fucking game sucks. I'm so tired of the broken tackles. There's nothing you can do to tackle these guys. Absolutely nothing. I got to get a stop here. Even just a field goal. All right. One more time. Not a damn thing I can do. Yeah, of course. Nobody can make an open field tackle against the computer. Every fucking receiver, everybody that touches the ball is Derrick Henry in this game. You notice that? Don't even bother trying to tackle him because it's not going to happen. No, I don't want to see that replay. I want you to just let me call my plays. Snap the ball. My dude was hung up on the other guy, so I had to call a timeout, burn a timeout so I didn't get... Oh my god, this game is infuriating. So now I have one last timeout. I do not need to go for 2 because I'm not planning on kicking field goals. We're planning on scoring touchdowns. If this was to tie the game, I would go for 2, but we don't need to go for 2. Because now if I stop them and score a touchdown, then they can tie it with a field goal. This fucking game, you can't tackle. Look at this. I even have RB ability at 30. You can't tackle them. You literally can't tackle these guys. I'm going to go back to simming defense, guys. I'm not playing defense. Fuck this team. They're torching me for 375 and 5 touchdowns. But we haven't given up this many yards and points all fucking year. I come on here to have fun, not torture myself, so... Ah, fuck this. Come on. No, I don't want to see a stupid replay. Let's go. Oh, come on. You can't cover both guys. Give me a break. He's covering the guy on the sideline and that guy. They call cheese plays, we call cheese plays. That's how it works. Tit for tat, man. Tit for tat. Need to stop here in the worst way. Fuck. Got him. Oh, come on. When have you ever seen a quarterback shove a guy trying to sack him like that? Two-hand, watch this. When have you ever seen this? Yeah, never. Never seen a quarterback decleat a linebacker like that. Get the fuck out of here with these animations. I give up. We're not playing defense no more. This game is fucking trash. They refuse to be tackled. I refuse to play. You guys might just see an offensive coordinator stream the rest of the day. Fuck this game. Look at that. You see any broken tackles there? You see him shoving linebackers off like it's nobody's business there? No, as soon as I touch him, it's a fucking brick wall. It's a brick wall. Oh, just, I don't, I hate this fucking game. Actually, what I hate is EA. What's up, Macon? We're getting hoed on a daily basis around here. About ready to just chuck this game and play something different, completely different. How can he play both receivers? He's got a guy running down the field on a streak, and he just simply breaks off and covers the running back who got by the linebacker. How can he cover both guys? Watch this. Watch this guy. I got a streak. And he lets him go to jump that route. Yeah, we're not doing good right now because this game fucking sucks ass. And I don't feel good, so I'm not in the mood for this bullshit. These psychic fucking defenders. I'm going to prove a point here. I'm going to prove a point. After this game, I'm switching this to All-American, and I'm going to put my hard Heisman sliders on, and we're going to play a game and see what it looks like. Tackle me, thank you. Yeah, this Illinois game, we're going to try an experiment. We're going to see. Yeah, I'm still not going to play defense. We're going to sim the defense because I'm tired of this bullshit animations. He's down. He's... God damn, this game. This is default Heisman. This isn't even hard sliders. They just won't go down when you tackle them. They refuse to be tackled. He's thrown for almost 500 yards. This dude has 71 awareness. I can understand if this guy had 99 awareness. He has 71 awareness, and he's making throws like fucking a senior out there. Come on. Get me back to the fucking game. We are definitely doing the experiment. We're going to go All-American with hard sliders, and I want you to see the difference. In fact, I got to get my hard sliders out. I got them on my phone. I'm not even going to run the play. We're just going to kick this field goal and end the game. I want to see their stats. He threw for 500 yards. Literally didn't matter what defense I ran. I want to see what their rushing stats are. I threw for 397 and ran for $150. Look at this. They barely ran for positive yards. And they threw for 500 yards. And this asshole had 10 catches for 200 yards. Didn't matter what coverage I was in. I was in 3-4, I was in 3-3-5, I was in cover 3, cover 2, cover 6. Nope, doesn't matter. You could go cover 12, it wouldn't matter. So we're going to change it up on this one right here. I'm actually going to put the human sliders at 40. Maybe I'll put them at 30. I can always dick with them during the game. So I'm going to put my sliders at 30, and I'm going to put their sliders at 70. Okay? And we're going to play an All-American and just show you the difference. We'll see how psychic the defenders are now. And if I start, but both quarterbacks will have 10 accuracy. And if I start lighting them up too much, I'll drop my sliders even more. But I want to show you the difference in the gameplay. Let's go. Advance. God, I hate starting streams and being in a bad mood. Just kind of ruins the rest of the fucking stream. But what's the point when you can't even tackle? I mean, you're taking, the game is literally taking half of the game away from you. So have fun playing offense, because defense, you can't do a goddamn thing. And if I blitz, then they just beat me deep. If I play coverage, then they out-route me to death. Or in the case, this time it didn't happen this game. Usually they'll just pound it on the ground and they'll break 15 tackles. So, fucking ridiculous. Oh, we lost those two guys? God damn. How did we lose? End and wide receiver. That sucks. Lost that receiver. All right. Well, we need one end. So let's actually look at these two guys and see which one's better. All right, 70 speed, 76 speed, 82 power. He's more finesse. He's better tackle and hit power. Yeah. Let's go, let's just max him out. All right, we're gaining ground there finally. I'm just going to give him 100, give him 100. This is a 73% guy right here. That Ben Falk. How many D tackles do I need? Need 2. He's a 73% guy as well. Yeah. Damn, we lost that dude. It was an insta commit. Both those guys were insta commits. Fucking Nebraska. All right, hold on a sec. I have visits. Yeah, my problem is I'm a little too passionate for stupid video games. All right, let's get him in here. We're going to have to crush Northwestern. All the way up to number 6. Let me save this. And we're going to run this experiment. It gets to be too easy, way too easy. We'll switch it back, but I want to show you. FG with the raid. Thank you, man. Welcome in, guys. Let me shout out FG here. My NWO compadre. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for stopping by. We are in year 1 at Iowa. I know the title says we're ranked number 12, but we just beat Maryland in a sweaty-ass game, so we're number 6 right now. And we're going to do an experiment because I was losing my shit about how hard it is to tackle in this game. So we're going to change this, and I'll show you why. I'll show you why. Give me 1 second. Because the game fucking cheats, right? So let me put this down. Whose is this? It's a CPU. I'm going to use my hard sliders, but we're going to play on this one. So give me 1 sec. All right, and for the CPU, we're going to go 70s. All right. Yep. And the funniest thing was, all I did was reboot my computer 3 times, and I left the house and went shopping with my daughter, and I came back on, and the mic was good. I have no idea. No idea. All right, Illinois, we got to rock these blues. These blues are their best uniforms. Q fixed it. Thank you. Thanks for coming in while I was gone and fixing it for me. Do I want to go gold socks or black? Which one do you guys like? You like the black or the gold on the socks? I'm thinking gold. Let's go gold. All right, so we're going to do an experiment, and if it's way too easy, then we'll switch it back. But I've been wanting to play on All-American and use hard sliders because it takes away the psychic defender bullshit on Heisman. And anybody that's played all Madden knows what I'm talking about on Madden too. They know your fucking plays. So if you make the sliders really hard, then they should have an advantage, but they shouldn't be psychic, right? So we'll see how this goes. If it doesn't work, if it's too easy, then we'll switch it back to Heisman and we'll just go default. But I'm absolutely sick and tired of these guys throwing up dots right and left, and you can't tackle them. You hit them with 4 different guys and nobody goes down. So we'll see how this goes. It's an experiment. So welcome in. This is, what year is this? 2029 is what year I'm playing. So we've been playing for a while with this head coach. We won 4 natties at Texas Tech. We won another natty at Central Florida. And we had to wait for the Iowa job to get open, and it finally got open. So now we're going to be here for a while. And it's raining here in real life, too. I'm in St. Louis, so nice cold rain. And yeah, I'm still sick. I'm getting over being sick here. Ooh, nice wind. So we'll see how this first quarter plays. Yeah, I got some coffee. My second 6 cups of coffee, so that'll be a full pot of coffee tonight. Catch the ball, man. You noticed that my linebacker actually made a play on the ball instead of standing there and letting him throw it over his head? Did you notice that too? Did you see my guys shed blocks and get out there and go after him? I have check this out. I have everything set on balance too. Nothing's on aggressive, nothing's conservative. We're just going straight game. This is how the game's supposed to play. Just play something generic, like 2-man under. Nothing exotic. Let's see how they cover. We have 5 wide receivers here. What do I have their stuff on? Wrong one. Sorry. All right, my QB is 10, and theirs is 10. All right. They don't need any help on QB accuracy because they complete shit right and left. All right, leaving all this stuff. They're all up at 70. I'll even bump his halfback ability up to 70. All right. Let's see. Like I said, if it's too easy, we'll switch back. But I wanted to play this with hard sliders on All-American just to see if we can get rid of the psychic defense. And these dots they throw for out routes every fucking time, like this. He's out of bounds. They called that inbounds? Wow. Hey, I actually tackled him the first time. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for us to be able to actually tackle somebody and not have it broken play every time. Yeah, that's what we're trying to show, FG. If we can show that All-American plays better than Heisman, then you can set your sliders for however difficult you want them to be. He still got the benefit of the doubt. Did you see that? He pinballed off 2 guys and fell forward to get the first down. Q, it's been really busy. I woke up to my son texting me, asking me if I can go pick him up. He had to go take his van to go get inspected for some reason, so I had to go pick him up. And then my other son called and talked to me forever. And then my daughter, while he was on the phone with him, my daughter got home from school, so finally got off the phone with him. And then she and I ran and did some Christmas shopping for the wife. And in between all of that, I was trying to troubleshoot my microphone and why it wasn't working. So it's been a busy, busy morning for someone who's not feeling 100%. It's kind of annoying. Where's that throw going? Yeah, we had a really good game. It was very close back and forth, and came down to the last possession, and I had the last possession, so it was a good time. So now I get to play number 15 Miami in the Cheez-It Bowl. So I'll probably stream that game. So if you see me playing as Mizzou, that's my NWO team. So we'll stream it so people can watch it. My running back needs 233 yards in receiving yards to get to 1,000. So I'm going to be feeding him all game to try and get him his 233. So he gets 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving. Yeah, I thought that was an appropriate name for a bowl game for EA Games, to Cheez-It. All right, here's where the test is going to be on offense, to see how their defense reacts and see if they are psychic or not. Ah, shit. I hit X and he didn't hand off. That was just a bad button push. All right. And he dropped it. Catch the ball. I got to remember I have QB accuracy of 10, so he's not going to be lighting it up right off the shoot here. We may end up punting this ball. Ooh, just enough. Thank you. Glad I have that fast running back. Hey, all of our games for the regular season are over with. So we're all playing our bowl games. Let me pause this. Except the game screwed Mr. September, who's undefeated with SMU. Clemson won their conference championship, and so did Iowa State. And so it jumped Clemson over SMU and Mr. September. So now Clemson and Iowa State are playing in the Natty. And Mr. September gets to play Florida, which is SOS Blaze, in the Rose Bowl. And I put on Discord that if we didn't have the tie-in, the Rose Bowl tie-in for our two conferences, it would have scheduled a rematch between Revamped and Mr. September in the Rose Bowl. Because they are ranked 3rd and 4th, so it would have had those two play each other. If you get rid of all of your bowl tie-ins, it'll automatically schedule 1 against 2, 3 against 4, and so on. It'll automatically kind of do a playoff type situation. But yeah, SMU and Florida get to play each other in the Rose Bowl, so we do have a quote-unquote championship game for the NWO, even though that was actually the Revamped game. Yeah, conference winner versus conference winner, but if you turn off the bowl tie-ins, it would have put 3 against 4. Yeah, we're going to go for this. JT, we're trying out All-American slider. We're All-American with hard sliders. Because I'm getting tired of the broken tackle bullshit. There you go. Q with the whip. Go in motion, thank you. Oh, God. That was a walk-in touchdown. Catch the ball. Catch the ball. Come on. Here we go, just for JT.
Hey! Is this heaven? No. It's Iowa.
Yeah, I haven't noticed a ton of difference yet. Actually, I did notice on defense, my guys reacted to the ball. They didn't just stand there like statues. I can't believe he got that pass off. Get in there. Of course, he gets taken down at the 1, and he's hurt. I didn't notice much difference on that drive on offense. But I want to play a little more. I mean, it took me 12 plays. It wasn't like I was just flying through them. I'm playing on user sliders set at 30. Well, most of them, they're between 20 and 35. 20 to 35. Yeah. And the CPU sliders are all at 70. Here, I'll show you, JT. All right, so these are my sliders. So this is my normal Heisman sliders when I play on hard sliders. And this is CPU, because they don't need any help on interceptions and passing accuracy. Fuck the CPU. So everything else is on 70. Okay. So, I just want to see if it takes away the psychic defender stuff and if my guys actually react to the ball on defense. Get back in the game. All right, normal defense that I would call at any point in any game. One broken tackle. He didn't break both. Just generic cover 3. And he's got a running back ability at 70, so he's not getting penalized like I am. Let's do this. Gotcha. There we go. That defense is supposed to stop that play. The whole reason why I switched my sliders back to like default was I was tired of being stuck in the mud trying to run the ball. takes 5 or 6 carries to get the running back to run the ball. And when you throw the ball, they don't run with the ball after the catch very well. So you'll watch. I'm not going to be hitting the gas pedal right here. Look how slow he is. That should have been 7, 8, 9 yards, and he only got 5. I'll just let the clock run out. See, he's got 4 carries for 8 yards. And I got tired of that shit. I mean, the game penalizes you enough as it is by not letting you tackle the CPU and then not being able to run the ball. I was tired of being ridiculous. And then I switched to the sliders, and I'm still ridiculous. See how slow he is? He has no burst whatsoever. This guy's not a slow runner. Oh, nice interception. He's trying to throw it deep over his head. And, of course, he's going to run the ball back for a huge fucking return because that always happens. I was trying to throw that. I pushed up on the left stick to try and throw it over his head, and he still underthrew it. This should stop this play. And of course, no, you can't tackle. I was not hitting square. I switched to that guy, and I was spamming X, and he wouldn't go down. This won't go down. Yeah, please throw that flat pass over there. I dare you. How many guys does it take to tackle him? Seriously. I mean, Murder, if you didn't notice, we're playing Illinois. Not Murder, Specta. You guys with your A's on the end of your names messes me up. Yeah, he's just standing there wide open. We had 3 guys in the neighborhood. And nobody wants to go stand next to him. Yeah, just let him have that whole little zone over there. No big deal. No big deal. We don't like playing defense here. Why does it take that long for him to go down? I'm unbalanced. It's not like I'm on a conservative tackle or aggressive or anything. Everything's balanced. Your obligatory false start by the computer because we had the right defense called. Loves to do that. All right. Let's ask Coach what he wants us to run. Cover 6. All right, let's run cover 6. You got the purple route for the out route over there. And they run the ball. Boom. Nice. And that was a CPU tackle. That wasn't me. That was not me. When's the last time you saw that? Good to try this out every once in a while just to see. That's the 16th, and that's going to be a pick 6. That's the 16th fake punt right there. Screw you guys. 16 times. That's why I always call that safe man punt return against the CPU every time. I even do that against users. FG, if you're still in here, and JT, and you guys were punt the ball, I'm always in the safe man. We rarely punt in our league, so there's really no difference in whether you're playing safe man or straight up. All right, let's get back to playing regular defense. We'll do this call right here. Fake blitz. Get to him. Get to him. God. Definitely not disengaging from the blocks at all. So it's not like, here, let's call a regular blitz and see what happens. Wow, my defender actually reacted to the ball. Did you see that? My safety ran to the ball. He didn't stand there and let him catch the ball. Was the other one? Was this one? Where'd he come from? Wow. When's the last time you guys had your DB react like that? That wasn't a user. Isn't that crazy? That was 100% CPU. It was not me reacting to the ball. Wish that offensive lineman would not get stuck on his own guy. All right. This is why I like running the zone here. Inside zone. Watch the blocking on this. All right, we got 3 D linemen and 2 linebackers. And a safety down in the zone. So it's actually 6 on 5. But the offensive line will go to the second level and hit the linebackers. Here, we'll run it again, see if they call a different defense. If you're having trouble running the ball inside, do zone blocking. Now it's 5 on 5. So those 2 guards should run out there and hit those 2 linebackers. And I just need to pick the open hole. See that? Let's look at that again. Come on, give me the fucking replay. There we go. All right. So center over the nose tackle, tackle on the end, tackle on the end. Guards are nobody. So they're zone blocking, which means they're gonna pick up somebody in their particular zone. So they're gonna go to the second level and hit those linebackers. Watch this. Immediately they go forward, engage the linebacker, and I have all the room to run. So if you're having trouble running the ball inside, change your blocking scheme. Here, let's run a different one. This is not zone. My guard's going to pull on here, and let's see if a linebacker gets through on this one. No, they didn't actually have a good play call on defense. Let's try it on a read option. I hate this tight formation with the defensive tackle here because I never know which guy to read. All right. So I'm going to push their sliders up to 80 here in a second. Do it right now. They're down 18 points. They're going to run the ball. Oh. I noticed that they are tackling better. We did see that interception that we wouldn't have seen. The guy reacted to the ball. You know, Illinois is not the strongest offense on the game here, and he broke one tackle, but he didn't break 5. I want them to throw the ball. Let's see. All right, we got the right defense called for this alignment now. Let's see if that purple route covered the tight end. Nope, he went down the middle. That purple route covers this out route. Somebody tackle him. Wow. Couldn't disengage from the block there, and nobody reacted. Good run. Good for him. Good for him. With the slider set at 80 on the halfback ability, they should be able to run around me and get away. There we go. Had to send the blitz. I don't know if you guys notice any difference or not. If you notice, let me know what you notice. I don't see a whole lot of difference. Although that particular play I did blitz a corner, so they're gonna punt, really? Let's see if we can run this. Did he kick that out of bounds inside the 5? Where is this? Come on. Yeah, at the 5. Nice punt. All right, we still got 2 timeouts. See if we can just get some breathing room here. Of course it's picked, because why not? That's what happens when their defense is set in 80, so they ball hawk everything. I did expect I had an interception because my DB slid over and reacted to a ball instead of just standing there and playing in his zone and not moving. He ran over and he jumped, and it wasn't a user catch. It was the CPU making the interception. So I did notice that. With their sliders pushed up so high, I'm not noticing a ton of difference on offense. I mean, we have 21 points. It's not like we have 42 points in the half. But we don't have psychic defenders. I mean, that time I threw a pass I shouldn't have thrown. So, you know, that's probably on me. We'll find out here in a minute. Let's call this play where they have to decide which guy they want to cover. Because they love to cover two guys. They love to cover two guys with one DB on this play. Watch this outside defender. Damn, we just threw that straight out of bounds. All right, let's actually get some yardage here with dicking around. There are certain plays where he will literally cover both guys, and no matter who you throw to, he will play the ball no matter what. There's like no open receiver. It's like, how can you play a deep and a medium zone at the same time and have your back turned to me when I throw the ball? And you either pick it or swat it. I don't get that. All right, here's a good play. Let's call it pitch play because they are all over pitch plays, right? They usually bust through and run right through the blockers and blow this play up, especially this one. Yeah, this is almost always a negative run play. I don't have counters. I would run a counter. I can't get counters to work. Do I have any in here? Yeah, I do. All right, let's try a counter play because I always run into my lineman here. They always push my lineman into the backfield, and this play gets blown up and never works. Look at that. Heisman level, that would be a negative play. I would run straight into my offensive lineman. All right, let's try this triple option here. Ah, they had both the pitch man and the guy. I should have handed off to the running back. I misread it. So this is the play where the psychic DB dove and made the play. Well, we're just going to throw it to square in this play anyway. And it's batted down. Yeah, we'll go for it on 4th down. That was a bad throw. Look at that. He's got 53 yards passing, and we're in the 3rd quarter. They can't cover that play no matter what level you put it on. Hold on to the ball. My guys are dropping so many passes today. It's not even funny. All right, let's go to this play. Circle square is all I'm looking at. Circle on the deep end, square on the post. Square's open. Well, he was until he got ridden off the play. That's 3 picks. God, thank God we're winning by so much. Look at that. He's thrown almost as many picks as he's thrown completions. What an ugly game. I'm going to put it back to Heisman for the next game against Northwestern. I kept hitting circle and it wouldn't go to the safety I wanted it to go to. Look, do you see the defense disengage from their blocks and actually go after that guy? Look at this. This guy right here would never. He would be stuck in the backfield, and he would never make that play. I have noticed my guys are actually reacting the way they're supposed to on defense. The CPU controlled guys. Like they're not dumbed down. It's like it takes your awareness and drops 20 points off of it playing on Heisman. Hey, J-Dub, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that, man. Got him. What's my schedule as far as streaming? It's right now it's mostly during the day, during the week. But I've been sick, so I haven't done much all week. Schedule as far as the team itself, I can show you that in a minute. Here, I can show you my the team schedule. So we beat number 1 Central Florida. That's our old school. Then we beat Iowa State, Rutgers, beat Ohio State, beat Maryland in overtime. I picked off a pass, and then first play, I just kicked the field goal to win. So now we're playing Illinois, and we have a crap ton of visits for the Northwestern game. So that'll be the next game. That'll be our last game for the day. We're going to play 3 games and get out of here. As far as my personal schedule, usually during the day, during the week. And Jealous, welcome in. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Oh, that's picked. Oh, he threw it away. Damn. Yeah, usually I'm on during the day, during the week. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Like I said, I hadn't streamed since Saturday. I did last Saturday night. We started this. We finished our Texas A&M one and started this one. God, nobody was open. Nice defense. Slants are almost always open, and that one wasn't. Now I'm playing against coverage that is a lot harder than what I'm used to. So that's a factor as well in his passing being so shitty this game. Jesus, get up the field. I can't move the ball now. Yeah, I noticed a difference at 80 on the sliders. This is, I never punt, but we're going to punt. So this is All-American because I want to take away the Heisman cheese. It's All-American, and we're putting me on 20 to 30 sliders and them on 80. So we're doing an experiment to see if the game plays differently, because I think Heisman cheats too hard for the CPU, so we can cut down some of that, but put the sliders at a harder setting. Then maybe we can have games that we can actually enjoy playing. We'll see. But they haven't been able to move the ball on offense, but this is Illinois, so. The guy did not react to that pitch at all. Outside guy walked right by him, and the defenders, no one moved. They just stood there and covered their receivers, and no one had the awareness to go get him. And my dogs are barking like crazy, and I don't know why, so we're just going to talk over them. I don't know that we're having a delivery today. We shouldn't. I think we've already had all of our Amazon deliveries for the week. Let's go. Oh, and he held on. Nice pass. No, I'm from St. Louis. I'm a Mizzou Tiger fan. I'm playing as Iowa. Yeah, not a fan of Illinois or Kansas. Screw both those teams. Sorry. Sorry, Specta. Oh, he fumbled it. Holy shit. When's the last time you saw him fumble it? And they're going to give him a safety. They're going to give him a safety or a touchback. Because I fumbled it and they knocked me into the end. Oh, they gave it a touchback. Wow. Wow. You don't see that every day. Usually they knock you into the end zone. They call it a safety. Let's try and get his passing stats up to something respectable because he's done shit. Yeah, I never. And look, my settings. Here, let's do this. I do not have strip on. Everything's balanced. I haven't done anything. Almost never see fumbles in this game from the CPU. Oh, that stupid trip. You'd have got even more. Washington, yeah. I used to be a Seahawks fan when they first came in the league, but as soon as I got Pete Carroll and the legend of Boom, I stopped liking them, especially when they changed their uniforms to those, not the ones they have now, the ones before this one, when Hasselbeck took them to the Super Bowl. Hated those uniforms. I like the ones now, hated those other ones. Yeah, I was a big fan when they had Jim Zorn, Steve Largent, Sherman Smith. Oh, and he drops the ball. We've completed 5 passes this game. When's the last time you've seen me with less than 100 yards passing in the third quarter? Catch the ball! My God! Hey, these 80 sliders for the CPU is no doubt a whole lot tougher. Whole lot tougher. This QB's averaging like 300 yards a game. And he's not even at 100 yet. I haven't noticed that they're playing any better on offense. I mean, I pushed them up to 80. It hasn't really made KC fan. I'm actually a Broncos fan. I lived in Colorado. I went to college out there, so I was out there from 88 to 83 to 88. I do like the Chiefs because of Mahomes, but I'm a Broncos fan. My daughter's boyfriend is a huge Chiefs fan, but he's from closer to Kansas City than we are, so. Unfortunately, because Kansas City is good now, we never get to see the Broncos games that we used to get to see when they had Peyton Manning. They'd always televise those games here. And now They don't have the marquee name. We don't get to see them play. That's fine. I like Herbert. I like the Chargers. I have no problem with the Chargers. Tackle him. Don't run with him. What was 93 doing? He's like holding his hand as he ran down the field. Let's go. Got it. Oh, catch the ball. My team has stone hands. Absolutely stone hands, man. They have dropped so many passes today. Nice. You don't see too many of the human CPU players make diving bats like that, do you? Yeah, they were stupid for not kicking field goals. I said in Discord while that game went to halftime that not kicking the field goal on the first drive and not kicking the field goal on the last drive in the first half was going to come back to haunt them, because if they lost by less than 10 points, I was going to kill them, because those two field goals would have made it a 10-point game at half and ended up losing the game because they didn't kick those two field goals. They're like, oh, you got to score touchdowns against the Chiefs. No, you got to take points anytime you can get points. They went all the way down the field and just pissed away a drive because they wanted to score a touchdown and not take the points that they could get, which was going to be field goals, right? You can't come away empty. Those two field goals would have been way better than no points at all. All right, this play never works, so let's see if it works now. Look at that. I would always run into my lineman there. So I got 5 yards on a play I never, ever run. And it's not like I went 75 yards for the score there either. I just got 5 yards. Well, they're being aggressive, but there's a difference between smart aggressive and stupid aggressive, and they were stupid aggressive. I mean, the first drive of the game, you got to take points. You got to take points. I watched the game. It was Arizona Cardinals and Minnesota Vikings. Dante Culpepper's the quarterback for Minnesota back then. And Minnesota had to win the game to go to the playoffs. And the first drive of the game, they got all the way down. It was 4th and 1 from the 1. And they went for it and didn't get it. And I'm like, you're on the road. You need a win. This other team sucks. Just take the field goal. Take the points. Get something positive out of this drive. And they didn't get it. And they ended up losing the game by 3 points or something like that. They just take the field goal, take what what you can get, especially early in the game. And that was a home game. They should have kicked the field goal. Should have kicked both field goals, and they would have won that game last night. I really want to throw this to Square, but he might get covered tight. So we'll see. Nope, open, touchdown. 7 of 20. Look at that. 7 of 20. God. I remember, I don't know who was the kicker on that team, but it wasn't easy. It was a chip shot. It had nothing to do with their kicker. Yeah, but we're playing video games, man. We're not getting paid to run a team. It's like these NFL teams need a quality control check on the sidelines to tell the coach, hey, take the points. I know they're all analytics based right now, but my analytics would have said take any points you can get. You don't want a zero, a drive all the way downfield and get no points. It's one thing if you turn the ball over, but if you just decide, all right, I mean, because they were running the ball really well with Eckler on that drive, and then all of a sudden they just threw the ball 4 times inside the 10-yard line. I know Harvard's good. I know Allen's good. They don't have Gates or Henry at tight end anymore, so they're kind of, and then Parham bounced his own head off the turf and gave himself a concussion. But you got to take the points. You got to take something out of that. Sometimes these guys are too smart for their own good. And when they go for 2 early in the game, it's like, really? Are you serious? Why? You only go for 2 when you absolutely need to, because you're going to cause yourself to go down. Look at this shit. You're going to go down 2 or 3 scores when if you just do. So if I'm down 11 points, I'm not looking at a touchdown, 2 points, and a field goal. I'm looking at 2 touchdowns. I'm not looking at the 2-pointer there. I'm looking at 2 touchdowns. Well, the very first drive, he was running the ball really well. I mean, later in the game, he might not have, but he was. What is the quarterback doing there? What was that? He's like moonwalking in the backfield. Show me the replay. Here, look at this. Look at this quarterback. What is he doing? I'm going to go back to my other sliders. I'll go back to Heisman and go back to the other sliders. Look at that. Fucking Barry Sanders. Took him until 2 minutes left in the third quarter. He's looking at $1.29. That wasn't a 5-step drop. Didn't it say he was a 5-step drop? He took like a step and a half and threw the ball. Oh, now they're going to do an onside kick down 3 scores. FG got me on an onside kick last night. I don't know. The ball didn't travel very far. Unlike that kick that goes through everybody and out of bounds. That ball barely even went 10 yards last night, and I wasn't sure if I picked it or not. Not sure how he kicked that, but that was a good onside kick. My favorite football player? I'm 56 years old, so we'd have to go back to like Jim Zorn with the Seahawks. He was my favorite player growing up. That pursuit, man. Right now, I follow the NFL strictly for fantasy football purposes. If it wasn't for fantasy, I wouldn't follow them at all. There we go. There's your touchdown. God, 146 yards. That's pathetic. Here, let's practice. This is a perfect time to practice. Now, if you can hit stick him, you can knock the ball out. Yeah, so when I was a high school senior, that's when John Elway got drafted and traded to the Broncos, and I moved to Colorado. So I got to follow his whole career out there. It tells you how old I am. Like, I watched the Steelers win their first Super Bowl against Minnesota. I saw Miami's undefeated season. I watched that Super Bowl against Washington. How does he throw that pass when he's being sacked? All of a sudden, they can't be stopped on offense. Yeah, I remember when ESPN was actually good and they covered sports. Oh, he snatched it. Go upfield. I don't think I have the receipt anymore. I have, I went to game 6 and 7 of the 82 World Series. No, what was funny was I camped out to get those tickets, and the bleacher seats were, yeah, go ahead and pick that off. $18 for a World Series Game 7 ticket. Yeah. So I spent $36 on 2 World Series tickets for Game 7. Which was funny because then they won the World Series and they had the parade the next day, and I blew off a class, and my mom took me to the parade, and my dad was so mad because I failed modern novel. I was like, yeah, well, I've already got enough credits to graduate. This class is meaningless. Seeing the Cardinals win the World Series, man. That was well worth an F. Was a nice pick. You notice my defenders are actually reacting to the ball on this level as opposed to Heisman. Look, and you can see my settings. This is why I'm doing this, is to see what difference is. And my defense is playing a whole lot better as far as just reacting to the ball, right? Because look, my interceptions are on 35. My pass coverage is 40. This is my old Heisman sliders right here. Tackling's only at 30. Here's CPU. Their offense isn't great. They're running the ball on me. They're not crushing me with passes now. But my defense, that's the biggest difference I've seen in this game, is my defense actually reacts to the ball and plays the way they're supposed to. So Heisman dumbs down your defense and makes it incredibly difficult for you to tackle anybody. That's the difference. So I've scored 42 points, but I can't. I'm having a lot of trouble passing the ball. Normally I'd have way over 300 yards passing at this point. So for Northwestern, we'll go back to Heisman. Why are they calling timeout down 32 points? What's the point? Yeah, electronics is killing everything, especially with social media. Everybody's got to be in everybody's business. I used to work for a social media company, internet startup, and they are dog shit, man. They are not good. Nope, haven't. Yeah, Spectre, you know I throw the ball like crazy, and I can't throw the ball right now. Here, look. Look at these stats. He's 8 of 22 with 4 picks. I'm still running the ball, but I'm not. Look at that. I've only completed to 3 guys. A couple of those picks were my own. I threw it into coverage, and the one deep one over the middle and the other one on the outside. So really, they've only had 2 picks that were what I would call legit on their part. It wasn't me doing something stupid. But yeah, I can't complete passes right now. At least they can't hold on to the ball. They're not. Look, here's another interception. On Heisman, he would have just stood there and let him catch that ball on the sideline. Just kneel this out. Yeah, he's been throwing for 300 yards almost every game coming in. So it was definitely harder to pass with those high sliders like that. But my defense played way better because of being off Heisman. I think I've seen before that EA would tune the games for All-American and All-Pro. So All Madden and Heisman are not what the games are tuned for. I don't need to look at stats. I just looked that up. So when you put it on the highest setting, then it becomes psychic. It knows your plays, and that's why you can't run certain plays against the CPU. They blitz through the line and blow up plays that they have no business. You haven't called this play. You haven't called a sweep in 3 streams, and you call a sweep, and they just blow right through your blockers and take you down in the backfield. It's the same formation you've been throwing passes out of all day, so there's no reason for them to run blitz that play. Exactly. I'm going back to Heisman. We'll put it. I'm not going to put it on my hard sliders. We'll just go back to default. Default pisses me off just enough. So this will be our last game of the day because we've got to finish laundry and get a shower and get dressed and all that stuff. I got a dance recital to go to for my granddaughter tonight. So, no margaritas. This is a kid's dance recital. Yeah, I do need to try the new tequila that my wife bought me the other night when we were out. We went out to buy some champagne for her boss that she likes as a gift, and so that's when I found that. Yeah, I don't have a flask, but that's when we found that whole aisle of tequila, and I was like a kid in a candy store. And so, God, look at all these recruiting battles. So she bought me some lime flavored tequila. She actually wants to try it out, so we'll have to check that out because she's not a tequila drinker. She likes Fireball, if you believe that. All right. You might as well come into. Steve Nelson, come on down. You're the next contestant on. Who's going to sign on the dotted line? All right, let's see how many guys are scheduled for a visit this week. What week is this? Hold on. All right, week 9. Let's count them. Otis, my man. There we go. Got a pass for 250. They think this guy's a cornerback. This is the guy with 91 speed and 86 throw power. He's not a corner. This guy's a quarterback. He's a read option quarterback. So we got to have 4 swateds and 2 picks. Week 9, rush for 100. So pass for 250, rush for 100. Again, pass for 250. We're stacking these guys up. Another one, pass for 250. Here, pass for 250, rush for 100. So if you stack these guys up like this and do these bonuses, do the 250, do the 100, all these offensive linemen are going to get the same exact visit bonus, except for their points right here. He's only getting 100. Here's another Week 9 D tackle. Week 9 outside linebacker. Week 9, I think he's a linebacker. I did too. That's an athlete. Look, it tells you right there what they think the game is. It says, linebacker have 2 sacks. Says he's an athlete, but the game thinks he's a linebacker. All right, let's save this, and we got to change our sliders. Yep, stack them up. We meet all these goals, we're going to get like 8 guys to commit this week. Jimmy got 8 guys to commit in the NWO this last week when he rolled the week over. He was trailing me by a lot, and he jumped me by 1 spot on the recruiting list. All right, let's fix our sliders. I just want to do that experiment to see how it would work. And we saw that it makes your defense play better, play smarter. Oops, wrong one. I'll drop these guys to 60. We'll give them a little bit of a bonus here. All right, if you guys want to know where the camera is that I play on, it's right in here. It's called Coordinator Cam. It's where you set your sliders. Let's save this again. Oh, man. And I said this before, not a lot of people were in here at the time. If you see me do a Missouri Tigers stream that says NWO, I have a bowl game. I'm in the Cheez-It Bowl against number 15 Miami, Florida. So I will probably stream that game as its own separate stream just to get that game played, and that way people can watch it. My running back needs 233 yards receiving in that game to get to 1,000. So we'll see what we can do. Do we jump up at all? Hey, we're number 4, boys. First year here. Old school Texas Tech. There we are. Arkansas lost to Bama. UCF, they started the season 0-3. That's our old school. They've won 4 of the last 5 natties. We won a natty. We lost a natty on a Hail Mary, and then they won 3 more in this sim. And we beat their ass the first game of the year, and that put them on a skid. But this is our first year here at Iowa. We got a 90 offense, only an 83 defense. So here's what James Franklin did as the coach. Look at that. Look at that dog shit. All right, let's go play these guys. Need to kick some ass. We're going to go dark. Not a real fan of that one. Let's go all black. And we'll make them all wear white. I don't like the black shoes, though. Let's give them purple. Give me a purple helmet. There we go. All right. Back to Heisman sliders. Oh, Stashzilla. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate that. Welcome in. This is a huge week for visits, so we need to make sure we play really well, and we'll get a bunch of guys to commit. That means we can go pour a bunch of points on those corners that we found that nobody is interested in as well. Here, while this page is loading, I'll show you my depth chart. You can see what team I'm working with. We just took over this team, so none of these players are guys that I've recruited. So here's what our offense looks like. We redshirted a senior so he can start next year. Pretty decent depth at wide receiver. Offensive line, we got to do some work. We got some guys in the 60s that need to get replaced. Got a senior across the board. They're starting five are all graduating. Got a backfield depth at D-tackle. Defensive ends are pretty good. Linebackers are a little thin. Corners are really good, but we're looking to add two more because I want to cut this guy right here to separate all these sophomores out and get rid of this freshman. So we'll be in really good shape going forward. We might take a slight half step back next year, but we'll be fine. And it took us forever to get to this school, so we're going to stay here until we win 3 or 4 or 5 natties. We're going to get it to where we're 99 overall every year. We're dominating recruiting. We're dominating the Big Ten, and it's getting boring for you guys to watch, and then we'll leave. And hopefully at that point, we'll be able to go to Oregon, and I can play with some really exotic, kick-ass uniforms. So. All right. Let's just play passive right now and see what they run with. Oh, come on, let me call up fucking play. Wildcat. Quarterback is somewhere out there. There we go. BJ Hunt called a blitz at the right time. There we go. All right. Need to stop here, boys. Need to stop. Nothing you can do against those routes. I saw it coming. I was trying to change on the fly, and my guys are too far away. I can't get anybody to the middle of the field. I was trying to move. Welcome to the Heisman Sliders, where no one gets tackled. Everybody gets to be Derrick Henry. Yeah, you know how I feel, Spectre, about that whole situation. Quit testing healthy people that are asymptomatic and you won't have to worry about it. All these sports league are fucking psychotic with this shit now. Just give it a rest. Back in the day, we would just play with the sniffles. Now everybody wants to fucking freak out. Yep, there's that Heisman run blitz. Good old Heisman. And they spread it with the vaccine too. And we're just wasting our fucking time. There we go. How many people have actually gone to the hospital for this shit? One. One guy in the entire league. Fucking pointless. XR1 triangle. Oh, throw the ball! You were in the animation. Finish the throw. Yeah, but we're talking about healthy 20-year-olds. Oh, amazing how much better we can run when our slider's not set at 10 or 15 on the running back ability. We're actually running the ball like the CPU can run the ball, as opposed to being stuck in mud. Comes the run blitz. See that safety creeping at the last minute. All right, coach, what do you want to run? Slants, let's go for it. Circle's going to come open first. All right, second and goal. Let's try pass here. Touchdown, fullback. Fullback love. Where's 49er George? He loves those fullbacks. Look at that. He only completed 8 passes last game, and we got 4 this game already in the first drive. That was All-American with hard sliders. Got a leak in my kitchen. where the dishwasher hose, the drainage hose for the dishwasher is leaking. So get to go fix that. Thank you for the alert, Daniel. Appreciate that. Get out there. Get out there. Got him. There we go. Can't stiff arm if you get his ankles. Oh, he threw that away. Guy was wide open. I don't know where he was throwing that ball. Wow. Almost got there on that one. Let's go, Williamson. Ah, can't break the tackle. That's too bad. This guy's almost too... I can't run sweeps with Williamson because he's so damn fast he outruns his blockers. Damn. I had no time to even look up the field to throw the ball. Nice sack. All right, let's see if he wants to do this. Good, he's going to zone blitz, which means he's going to have a defensive lineman covering instead of a linebacker. All right. Just over half of that back makes it third and manageable. Works for me. He stopped his route. Why do they do that? They get all the way to the other side of the field and they just stop running. They stop their pass. All right, we're going for this. I'm waiting for the slant guy to get all the way across the field and he just stops his route. If he keeps running, he runs right to where the ball is. I don't understand. Don't understand. Yeah, that play was blown up from the start because if I don't hand off, the linebacker on the outside has me. All right, that'll take us to the second quarter. Dominant team has been Central Florida, where we just left. They've won 4 of the last 5 natties, but we beat them in week 1 and kind of jacked up their season. They lost 3 games in a row, and now they're 4-3. I mean, Texas Tech has stayed pretty dominant. They won a natty. They beat us after I left there. They beat us at Central Florida, and they're number 1 right now. So they've continued to recruit 5 years later. No, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years later. So nice catch. But we plan on staying here for a while, so get used to seeing Iowa. We're going to dominate with Iowa, and then we'll go somewhere else. I mean, we're number 4 already in the first year. So these aren't even any of our players. So Is that so? And I've missed like several of your streams lately because you've been streaming at times I'm not either not awake or not on Twitch yet. Get in there. There we go. Yeah, Q, and I know you wanted to do golf this past weekend, and I Saturday got away. I was busy cleaning all over the house and doing all kinds of crap because we had my mom's birthday party at our house on Sunday night, and Sunday was I was trying to get everything set up for my football league, trying to get all their all the tiebreakers and shit because it was last week of the regular season and people needed to know what they needed to do to make the playoffs, and that took me an hour to go through all the scenarios and shit. Yeah. The problem is once we get into January, February, I won't be available on weekend mornings because I'll be out of the house by 7 o'clock to go ref all day. Got him. There we go. Nice coverage sack. Got him again. Oh, that should be a fumble. That should be a fumble. There's a high short kick. Ah. Well, my son sent me a text and it makes no sense. So I don't know. Maybe he sent it to the wrong person. It's my older son, not my younger son. All right. There he is. Well, yeah, he was 8 for 22, and now he's 9 out of 10. Ah. Nice pancake block there, a 66. Where that was. He blew that dude up. No, he sent me just a weird text saying that he changed the name. What the hell? No, he tried to send me a picture, and his comment had to do with the picture, but it didn't send the pic, so his text made no sense. And he's like, "What the fuck? I tried to send a pic and it wouldn't go." Nice catch, Washington. Yeah, my kids are 26 and 23 and 21. So. Let's try this halfback toss. See how that play gets blown up? That play worked in All-American. And Heisman, the guy, is in the backfield. Look at that. He's in the backfield before I can even get the fucking pitch. So I've been playing XCOM 2 a lot lately. That's the alien hunter game that I stream every once in a while. And so I got my son to play the game. And hit him right in the ass. So he would show me a picture of one of the soldiers that he customized. It's pretty funny. 3rd and 16. I don't like those plays. Let's do this. There we go. Get in the end zone. Oh, of course, he's down on the 1 because I always get tackled on the 1 on my passes. Always. Always. All right. That'll work. Now if we can get a stop, get the ball back. I gotta check my stats. Hold on a sec, because we need 250 and 100 guaranteed. I don't have any tight ends, I don't believe, so we don't have to worry about the tight end passes. Just gotta make sure we get 250 and 100. Yeah, we're gonna get 250. We just need 100 more there, and we're at 52. Yeah, we're good. What's up, Daniel? Well, that goes to the other screen. This is what we have on our schedule coming up. So we already beat Maryland 41-38 in overtime to start the stream. We beat Illinois 42-10. We're handling Northwestern right now. So the next time I stream, which is I'm kind of leaning towards Sunday night, would be Wisconsin, Minnesota, Purdue, possibly Louisville. Otherwise, if I just did 3, Maryland, Illinois, Northwestern, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Purdue, then that would give us Louisville, Nebraska, and the conference championship. And then we would save our bowl game, whether it's BCS or whatever bowl, plus the entire offseason for a separate stream. That would give us more time to focus on the recruiting board and stuff, and it wouldn't be a 4.5-hour stream. So that would take us Sunday, Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, looking midweek, we would be done with this first season. So just kind of depends. I have physical therapy for my arm on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I have to check my schedule. Usually it's at 10:30. Might be a little earlier, and every once in a while I have to come in at like 2:30 because of her schedule. So let me see. Hold on a sec. Go. All right. So Monday and Wednesday. Monday's 10:30. Wednesday is 9:30. So yeah, definitely. If I stream on Monday and Wednesday, it'll be lunchtime. My son is just blowing up my phone. What's up, Panda? Welcome in, man. How you doing? Haven't talked to you. Oh, catch the ball. Haven't talked to you in a while, man. Which bowl game do you have? I'm playing in the Cheez-It Bowl against Miami of Florida. It's only fitting that I'm playing in the Cheez-It Bowl against the CPU. Like I just ran away from the tackle. Somebody do something. Man. You notice my defenders just stand around and do nothing in the Heisman compared to All-American? When we had them on All-American, they actually moved to the ball and made some plays. And now we're back to Heisman, and they're just standing there. They won't disengage from their blocks. They won't do anything. I mean, that guy right there made the tackle, was on a spy, so I expect him to go. But everybody else just kind of engages in the block, and then they just stay there. Oh, what a catch. What a catch. Wow. Oh. Hey, Spectre, you were asking me about redeeming channel points for players on the team the other day. And I still have it turned off. I haven't decided when to turn it on yet. But it's going to be at least 15,000 points to get on the team. I don't need every Tom, Dick, and Harry coming in here wanting to be on the team and then taking off after they watch 2 streams. It led him too much. Should have just thrown that straight away. I know, there's 133 left in half. We got plenty of time. Near 100,000. That's pretty funny. I might make it 10,000 to get upgrades on the players too, because I don't want a bunch of upgrades. I want to be able to play with the guys I get and develop those players myself. Don't need a bunch of 99s across the board. They'll get there on their own. Especially the classes we recruit. He's not even playing the guy I'm throwing to. He's playing this short route guy. Yeah, well, I might limit it to 1 upgrade per season because I don't need a bunch of 99s running around. Why did he stop running? He literally stopped running. I threw the ball and he didn't run up the field. He just stopped dead on his tracks. This is as much a run as it is a pass. Now, if you want to give me R1. And he drops the ball. We'll take our points. Barely snuck that in. All right. You can need 1 more pick as a DB, and that'll help our people that are coming in. Oops, missed that tackle. Tried to hit him hard and I dove. Let's use it as safety. I want to make sure we got somebody back here to cover these deep balls. That wasn't very bright. Now they're going to let the clock run out. Oh, we got our second pick. There we go. There we go. Met our goal for 2 picks. Oh my god, my phone is just blowing up. Alright, I'll have to look at that later. Short kickoff. Let's try and take care of this rush yards, like right away. Alright, I see that linebacker corner, whoever the hell that is. Let's just get back to the middle of the field. Where's he at rush-wise? I think we needed like 50-something yards. Hey, Q, you can tell I'm not feeling great because my voice is uber deep. Very white deep now. It's only got 42 yards. That's not good enough. Got to be better than that. Let's go. Snap the ball. All right. Hold that outside block. Let me cut back. Vaughn Berry. Yeah. Let's try this other read option. Getting there. Need 17 more. Get in there. Yeah, touchdown. There we go. There we go. Blowing this game open like I knew we would. We need 14 more yards passing. Free games moved to Tuesday. Yeah, NFL will not cancel a game for any reason. Not even a hurricane. Notice that? They won't cancel a game. They'll just move shit. Well, the problem is it messes with people's fantasy leagues and their free agent bidding, because in our league, you bid on free agents Tuesday through Sunday. So you're used to being able to go out there and put bids on guys Tuesday morning for the next week, and now the week hasn't ended. And we're into the playoffs now, so it gets even... Yeah, just throw that away. It's even more complicated. Luckily, I only got to deal with 6 teams trying to make moves now. All right. Wildcat formation. Does it look like it? Is he really their quarterback? I guess he is. Looked like it was like 49 instead of 19. There we go. That's a deflection. That helps. We need 4 of those. Yeah, I've been commissioner for this league for 21 years. A bunch of guys I used to work with in the fantasy sports company. And we still have half the league still around. Had to replace a third of the league 2 years ago. But we still have guys that have been in the league since 2000. Look at this defense. Got our 250. That takes care of that goal. Now we can work on this 100 yards, and we'll get all that bonus for all those offensive linemen, wide receivers, running backs, and quarterbacks. We'll meet all their stat goals. That's why you stack them all in the same week, because you're going to need to get 100 yards rushing for your offensive line and your running backs. You're going to need 250 passing for your offensive line and your quarterback, and you'll need 100 receiving for your wide receiver. So you stack them all in the same week and hit them all at once. Cooper, Coop, we beat Maryland 41-38 in overtime. Game was trying to cheese the hell out of me, and then we pounded Illinois 42-10. We were trying out hard sliders and All-American to see if it made a difference, and it did make a difference with our defense, not with our offense. I had all the CPU sliders set at 80, and so I only completed like 8 passes out of 22 attempts, threw 4 picks, but we scored 42 points because our defense actually would react to the ball and make plays like they're supposed to instead of just being stupid. So now we're back to our sort of default Heisman sliders. So we're up to number 4, as you can see it on the scoreboard. We're ranked number 4. And we have a crap ton of guys visiting this week. Like at least 3 or 4 offensive linemen, a quarterback, I think a wide receiver, maybe have a running back or a fullback or something, I don't know. So we're having a big visit week here. Pardon me. Recruiting, we haven't gotten anybody to commit yet from last stream, but like I said, we got a ton of visits this week, so I would imagine we'll get between 6 and 8 guys to commit this week, which will make a huge difference, because then we can dump a crap ton of points on those two, the number 1 and number 4 overall corners, and try and finish up some of these other D linemen and linebackers and stuff. We're going to get the number 1 quarterback, and we're still battling for that athlete. Cool thing with the athlete is we can just leave him at quarterback, but play him at wide receiver and defensive back. That way, if we have to use him as a quarterback, we can still make hot reads and audibles and shit. But he'll play the other positions. This Northwestern team sucks. They're 2-4, so I'm not surprised we're beating them. We only have an 83 defense, 90 offense, so. And Central Florida, remember we beat them the first game. They lost their first 3 games of the season, and now they've won 4 in a row, and they're ranked. They're in the top 20 at 4-3. It's crazy. Definitely not playing for a natty this year. But Texas Tech is... Did we hurt somebody? Who got hurt? Oh, we hurt their quarterback with that late hit. So Texas Tech, our school that we were at before Central Florida, is number 1 now. So they're continuing to play well. Get them. There we go. Man, if I happen to stand up really quick on stream, like uncharacteristically, it's because I'm getting a cramp in my left calf. It's been bothering me for 2 days now, and I don't know why. Obviously, it's not enough potassium, but go. Frank the Tank is streaming. Good, good, good. May have to go raid Frank after we get done playing this game and looking at our recruits and all that good stuff. Get him. There we go. Another sack. We needed sacks. We already got our 2 picks. We need some more pass deflections. Yeah, I'm so hungry, and I ate right before we streamed. Oh! Never made a play on the ball. All right, let's bring the heat. Well, that was nowhere. He just threw that straight up the middle of the field. Oh, he gave him a concussion, put him out for the game. So that was a good late hit. Yeah. Wow, nice move. Look at this. Fucking Heisman sliders. I don't know how he missed that tackle. And then he meets him at the 10 and carries him all the way to the 3. EA. I was lucky to get that play adjusted at the line. I had the wrong line called.
A double-crossing cocksucker.
That's right. And he's going to score anyway. That's all right. All right, before we kick off, let's see what we need stat-wise. Because I think we already have our 250, right? 265, and we're over. So we got everything we needed. So we can just finish out the game. We don't have to worry about beating somebody. Unlike last night, when I was playing FG, I had a tight end come in for a visit, so I had to get 100 yards receiving by my tight ends. So I just fed him the entire first drive, got like over half the yards I needed, so then I could just chill out and not have to focus on him as much the rest of the game. Love that block shed right up the middle immediately. All right, fourth quarter. Yeah, let's call that. That was close to being a pick. Guy never moved for the ball. Yeah, I tried to fit that one in. Saw that guy blitzing. Do I play Indiana? Let me check the schedule. No, not this year. So this is Northwestern. So next stream is Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Purdue. And then we finish with Louisville, Nebraska. And at this point, conference championship and a big bowl. Oh, hang on to that. That's a first down. Yeah, and I started my stream late. I was going to start at 9:30 this morning. And my microphone was, my mic settings were all jacked up. I don't know why, because I hadn't streamed in a week. Yeah, I know it's fourth down and we're going for it. And I had to like reboot 3 or 4 times, and I couldn't understand why. Oh, he caught it. Wow. I even left the house, and when I came back, everything was fine. Like, there was no bass to it. It was really tinny. It was really annoying. Here, let's do this. Just found this formation. Ooh, did you see him get ragdolled around on that tackle? Watch him spin around. He gets hit and he flips. Boom. Easy touchdown. All right. Just got to get this game over with now. So I will plan on streaming Sunday night after dinner, so like 7 p.m. Central Time-ish. I have an NWO Football League meeting at 4. We'll have dinner, and then I can do... Okay, thanks, Becta. Appreciate that. I'll take a look at that when I get a chance here. So we'll play our next 3 games on Sunday. Following 3 games will either be Monday after lunch or Tuesday morning. Kind of depends on what the hell else is going on, but oh, God damn it! Go down, bitch. We'll shoot for Monday. Got to remember Christmas Eve is Friday, right? Oh, nice throw. Go down. Look at this throw. This is a good throw by the CPU. I'm looking like right here. I'm looking at this guy right here, right? And when he throws it, I think I'm going to either pick that or bat it. But he throws it high enough that it was to that guy instead. He confused me on the throw. So live action, I thought it was going to that guy, but it was the guy over my head. That was a nice throw. Got him. Go down. That's terrible. That should have been a sack. Fucking animations. We'll spy him. Yeah, I think the problem with the schedule is when you change. Is it when you change the conference and move everybody around and it's the first year, or is it if you make changes to your conference schedule after the first year? I can't remember what it is. I think it's either you got to play it as the regular default conferences 1 year and then move them around, or you have to move them around first and then go. I can't remember what it is. It's one of those. It's one of those where you, if you change the conferences, the alignments at the wrong time, it jacks up the schedule after the first year. Did it mess it up after the first year? Or you changed everything after the first year? I know they were talking about that on Reddit, so. Let's go, snap the ball. What are you waiting for? He falls forward for 3 extra yards. Changed it after the first year, and that messed up your schedule. Yeah, so you got to change everything the very first year, or it's going to jack stuff up. Got him. Oh, I can tell I haven't had meds for a while. I'm beyond my 4 hours, so I'm feeling it. Yeah, just run up the middle. No big deal. I stopped you the whole drive, and then that one play. Yeah, 2.5 minutes. Yeah, I don't think they even pay attention to that stuff, to be honest with you. They have what they have their own outline of what they're going to put in the game, what they're already working on. They might think about that like down the road, but they've already figured out what they can and cannot do and how much time they have to get it done, because they just pulled a bunch of guys off Madden to do NCAA. It might be useful like down the road, but I think EA is going to fuck it up and reskin Madden and mud it up, and we're all going to be pissed off. In fact, I'm not even going to buy it until after I find out what it looks like and everybody else is playing it and stuff. And I'm definitely not buying it if that requires a PS5. I'm not spending $600 to buy a fucking video game, so I will just play this. And y'all can tell me how recruiting goes. There we go. Nice throw to the tight end. Bad thoughts? It's called track record, man. They're only interested in MUT and how much money they can make. That's all they care about. They ruined FIFA. They ruined Madden. Back in the day when this game was out every year as a yearly title, it was a better game than Madden back then. I wouldn't even play Madden back then. I would play this game. Man, that dude came flying through the line. I don't know what his speed is, but it's a lot higher than what it says it really is. Yeah, play the cover 3 while I run this ball right up the gut. And is he hurt? Yeah, he's fucking hurt with 96 yards. Let's see. I'll call timeout if it brings him back. We'll return soon. Okay. All right. Well, let's run with our really fast guy right now. Let's see if this works. Yeah, please play to the left. Whoop. That guy's going to be fun to play with right there. That's the dude that you clipped on that punt return. I just hit turbo right away. Set up that block, cut back to the outside. Yeah. Here, let me go find that. Giffen Fisher. Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Here. If you guys didn't see this, this was hilarious. No, I'm playing on PS3. I don't have a PC that can handle playing the game and streaming at the same time. All right, 101 left. Let's get this game over with and go see what happens with our recruiting, because we have a crap ton of guys in for a visit. Yeah, get back in the game. We'll just roll with this. Now, unplug my controller because the wire's just getting in the way. So, let's move this guy over here. What's up, Zuzu? What's up, Chi? Hello, girls. Hello. Hello. Hello, Chi. Hello. My dogs came to say hi. Yeah, you got to have a pretty robust computer because it's very CPU intensive. So it'll be abusing your CPU. Look at this bullshit. No, it's raining. You're not going outside. No, my DBs are not allowed to tackle the wide receivers in this game. Not allowed. So we're going to go for it. We're going to, if I get a touchdown, we'll go for 2 and try to make it 60. Get that 60 burger. Because EA's cheesing my ass right now. Ah. The guy wasn't open yet. I had to throw it faster than I wanted to. All right, let's try this. See if I can get our tight end 100 yards receiving. X, right down the middle. There it is. Yeah, I was going to roll out and run, and that guy cut me off. Yeah. We'll go for this. Here we go. Let's practice our 2-pointers here. Yeah, it's all right. Had to let him get to the other side. Waited too long. Should have thrown to the back guy instead of throwing that one. All right, let's just boot this in the end zone, let him throw a couple plays, and get out of here. Stoner Gamer. Might have to go check out Stoner Gamer here, guys. He's got some cool stuff going on with his. If you like, watch the bear. What's up, Bad Moon? Hey, man, we're at the end of our stream, buddy. Been going for 3.5 hours here. We got Iowa up into the top 5. And we have a bunch of recruits coming in, so we're trying to finish this game off and see if we got any of these guys to commit, so... I will be back Sunday night after dinner, though. All right, one last play. We injured their starting quarterback. All right, don't let me call my own plays. We'll call this. Didn't give me enough time to call my plays. There we go. 58-28. Right, that was successful. Move us to 7-0 on the year. Moved into the top 5. Here, while that updates, I'll show you the schedule. So we beat Maryland 41-38 in overtime. Beat Illinois 42-10. Beat Northwestern 58-28. So Sunday we'll have Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Purdue. And then either Monday or Tuesday we'll have Louisville, Nebraska, and the Big Ten championship game. And then Tuesday or Wednesday we'll do our bowl game, whether it's a BCS or whatever, and then do the entire off season. Everybody likes to watch the recruiting episodes, so we'll put that on its own with the bowl game, so we have more time to focus instead of doing it at the end of a 4-hour stream. So we can spend 2 hours on recruiting, and I won't feel like I'm rushed trying to get done. Wondered why it looks so red. I didn't have my ring light on. There we go. Now you can see me. All right, let's advance and see where we're ranked and see how many yellow names are on the board here. Let's go. Boy, that ring light makes a difference, doesn't it? All right, we need at least 6 to 8. 6 to 8 names right here, and that'll set us up for the rest of the season. We'll be able to pour about 3,000 points into other players. Oh, man. Let's go, let's go. Oh, we got the quarterback, guys. We got the outside linebacker. We got the right end, the wide receiver, left guard. Look at that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is the other one that's the 90 speed quarterback that they say is a corner. Awesome, Rocky Top. That is awesome. Yeah, my daughter's racking up $100,000 on hers because she's going to Mizzou, and we've got 4 years. She's got 3 more semesters to go, and then she has 4 years of vet school. But so we have a stud quarterback coming in, regardless whether we get Desmond Maxwell or not. Otis Jones is going to be the next stud quarterback at Iowa. Let's go check this out. That'll give us 11 commits now. Look at that. We actually have 3 wide receivers. I don't think we need all 3 of those wide receivers. All right, let's see if there's any other wide receivers on the board, because we'll have to get rid of them. No. All right, so let me look. We have 14 scholarships left. How many guys do I have left on the board? 17. So 3 guys we're not going to get. We need 2 D tackles. So Bobby Rowland, we definitely don't have to get. But he's on the board in case we can't get like this guy. John Sherman. But he's a we'll max him out. He's a 73% guy. So we should be number 1 on his board in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. So we'll get those 2 guys. We're just going to leave this guy on the board. And if I schedule this guy a visit, it'll be at the end of the season. All right. So this guy we're 4,000 points on. We're going to get him. 3,600, we're going to get him. Yeah, let's max him out. This guy's the speed back. This is the thunder back. All right. 1 or 2. Let's give him 300. We'll give Tony Jones 300. We maxed out Maxwell. So that's good. And let's look at these corners. Yeah. Let's give these guys more points because I want to get these guys. I want to get these guys in for a visit before these guys wake up. All right, linebackers, we need 1 middle linebacker. So this guy isn't necessary. He's not necessary. He is. All right. So we'll just leave these 2 alone. D-tackle, I said we need 2. Defensive end, we need 1. Need a center. 2 guards. 2 tackles. So we're missing a guard. No, wait. We got a guard, right? Yeah, we got a guard there. All right, so we need a quarterback. Let's do it this way. We needed a quarterback. This is the guy we got. 89 speed, 86 throw power, 89 elusive, and this is a regular quarterback. This is not an athlete. We need 2 halfbacks. Looking at this guy, 1 or 2. This guy is the 86 speed. He's the stronger guy. He's the power back, and this is a speed back with 95 speed. We needed 1 fullback, and we got him. We need 2 wide receivers, and we got 3. Tight end we needed, but we didn't find. We couldn't get him, and that's okay. We'll go get. We'll get one next year. We won't have as many needs, so we can go after a high overall tight end. Tackle we needed 2, and we're on high up on the board on those 2. Needed 2 guards. We got 1. Needed a center. Yeah, I know. Defensive end, we just need 1, and we got him. It's So I don't need this guy, and I don't have room for him. So we're going to cut him off the board so I can put the 700 points somewhere else. Defensive tackle, we need two. We should get these two. Outside linebacker, we needed two, so we're going to get one there. We'll get him, and yeah, let me see. How many points am I back? Yeah. Let's max this guy out. We'll go get Ruffin. What's his scouting? 78, 82. Yeah, so Jermaine Warren could kick outside. Ruffin can play middle. Well, this guy's got pretty good speed. What's his tackle? He's still better. Corners, I had down for us to get one, which we got early. But we have this guy with 95 speed, and this guy with 94 speed and 88s across the board in coverage. So we're going to go, we get these two guys with the guy that we're already redshirting. Our corners are set for the next 4 years. We needed a strong safety. We got him. This guy is going to be moved to kicker. And then this is the 91 speed, 86 throw power quarterback. And that's the other linebacker. So we really don't need. So we've got two outsides and a middle. So we got two outsides and we just need the middle. You want Brandon? Which one's Brandon again? He's not scouted. All right, well, we'll scout this guy. The corner? Yeah. All right, now this is where I change up my board. Yeah, this guy, he's the #1 corner. So now I've gotten to the point where I don't have to have them separated by position. We're going to separate them by their overalls. And move the top guys to the top of the board so we can keep track of them a little bit easier. Yeah, once I found those two corners, I'm like, yeah, we are not going to pursue all these offensive linemen. We're going to go after these dudes. Brandon, yeah, look at that, 88s across the board. By the time he's a junior, the start of his junior season, at the end of his sophomore year, his coverage is going to be 99 across the board. All right, so we got 8 guys in that particular one. So now we're #1. We have 8 4-stars, 2 3-stars. I'm sorry, 2 3-stars and 1 2-star. And that 2-star is probably a fullback. Look at Oklahoma with 4 5-stars. Look at Toledo, Northern Illinois, Georgia Southern. Yeah, that'll change when we get later in the year. But just for shits and grins. Yeah, I saw Navy up there too. There's a 4-star pocket passer, low lock. We already got the better one. We already have this on the board. He's a low lock. It's like a wide receiver. Yeah, there's no fast guys out there. Tight end. Well, they're only 79 points back. There's a low lock guy, 73%. This guy sucks. Pass block is 580. This guy's way better. There's another low lock right there. No scholarship offers. All those guys are 3,000 points. TCU took him off their board. He's fast too. He's probably a 72 or 3. His bench isn't as high. His squat's good. His bench is kind of okay. His 40 times really good. 6'5", 275. I don't need him though. This guy's not bad at center. Is he a low lock? Nope. Let's see who has one on him. 6, that's it? What? Oh, 6 biscuits? There's a low lock guy right there. No scholarship offered. All those guys in the 3,000 point range. You see somebody like this, put them on your board, scout them, offer them, put 500 to 700 points to be at the top of the board in like 3-4 weeks. He runs a 4.62. Any middle linebackers out there? The 4.5. Not very strong. He's a coverage guy. It's another low lock. Let's go look at the Spark 100. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. Yeah, I think the defensive end we have on the board is he's like a 75. I don't know. I could give him 700 points though. I mean, I'm giving the one DN 700, right? Oh, I already got the commit. I don't need another one. I'm gonna run out of scholarships. I need specific guys. I need 70 speed's not bad. All right, so what I have left is 2 corners. This guy can play corner or quarterback. He's a luxury. If I get this guy, great. If I don't get this guy, that's okay, because he can play wide receiver, DB, quarterback. Definitely need the 2 tackles. Definitely need the middle linebacker. Definitely need the punter. D tackle, we need 2 of those. Center. I don't have to have these 2 halfbacks. I can go with 1. So I will trade like Ben Falk. I would trade him to get Desmond Maxwell. So I need 14 guys. Is that right? How many do I have left? Yeah, 14 scholarships. We have 16 guys on the board. And I only have 13 guys with points on them. So if I don't get these 3 guys, we're okay. It's not a big deal. I mean, I would take an extra middle linebacker. Let me look at my board. Yeah, it's nothing special. We don't need an extra one there. So I would rather have the running back. So, you know what? Let's go put that guy on the board. Let's go put that guy on the board. Because I actually do have an extra spot. So if he's worth a shit. Guy's a pass rusher. That's not the guy we were looking at. The guy we were looking at was on the regular board. What's up, fam? How you doing, man? Happy Friday to you too, man. We are winding down this stream. We're just looking at some guys to throw on our board. We got 8 guys to commit this last week against Northwestern. So now I'm trying to scour through the guys that are sitting out here and see if I can find somebody that we can steal. Like this guy right here, Victor Brown. 4.62. He says he's a run stopper. All right. Let's go scout this dude. So I gave an extra 50 points to this center I don't need to give it to. All right, this is what I'm talking about, 73%. Right there. All those green arrows means that Indiana took him off their board. He had a visit week 5, and he's never been offered a scholarship. So this guy is just sitting there. All you got to do is put him on your board, scout him, offer him, give him 700 points. He'll be yours. Guaranteed yours. So he's at 73. He's 80 speed. We can always use speed on the outside there as a pass rusher. Doesn't have great agility, but that's okay. He's got good power moves. He can sit and cook as an underclassman for a couple years and come in. So, yeah, let's move him up. So, we're good. We are good. So that gives us another option. So we moved up to number 3. Let's go look at the polls again. LSU's number 1. Indiana's number 2. We're number 3. And we don't play Indiana. We won't play them until we get to the conference championship if they make it. Texas Tech lost to Mississippi State. Gator, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it, man. We are winding down this stream, though. We are looking at their Central Florida, our old school. They were won 4 of the last 5 natties, and we beat them in week 1. They lost their first 3, and now they've won 5 in a row. And Ohio State's only loss was to us. So, looking at a matchup, we don't play Indiana at all during the regular season, so this is a Big Ten championship head-to-head right here, man. Here's what we've done. That was our first stream right there. UCF was number 1 in the nation at the time. And Maryland, that was a tough one. We went to overtime. We picked off a pass, and then the first play we had the ball in overtime, we just kicked a field goal, and we were done with it, man. Illinois, we were testing out hard sliders on All-American, and we only completed 8 passes, but our defense played better. So, anyway, so Sunday night we'll be back for these 3 games right here. After dinner, Sunday night, 7 Central Time-ish, we'll play those 3 games. Monday or Tuesday we'll play Louisville, Nebraska, Big Ten championship game. And then either Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll play our bowl game, whether it's the Natty or one of the other bowls. And then we'll do the entire offseason. So we'll put all of that recruiting and all that stuff in basically its own stream. So you guys, I can spend more time doing it, answer any questions you guys have, and I'm not trying to get it over with at the end of a 4-hour stream. So look at our stats. QB, he had a rough game, so he's down the list a little bit. Running back's going to go over 1,000 yards. And if not his next game, it'll be the second game of the stream. So, all right, guys, let me save this, and we'll go find someone to raid. And I will be back Sunday night around 7 Central Time. If that changes, I would check Discord or Twitter. I'm VonRye11 on Twitter, so you can follow me there too, and it automatically sends out a tweet when I go live. So if you don't get your notification on Twitch, it'll be a post on Twitter. Pardon me. Get rid of this cough. So, all right. You guys want to go see Stoner Gamer or Frank the Tank? Either one of them is an NCAA guy, so we'll go raid these guys. Let me know if you want to go see their completely different vibes, so let me know what you want to do. Stoner Gamer is the the one that streams as a bear. So you can say all your bear jokes and he'll get a kick out of that. So, get my raid channel up. All right, give you guys 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna go Stoner Gamer. So we'll go start this raid. I'll give you a thanks for watching screen, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for stopping by, everybody who was here from start to finish. Everybody else who hopped in between, appreciate it. I really do. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you on. I saw that cue. I'll see you guys on Sunday. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.